Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. First of all, before I continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to thank everybody so much for all the continued love and support that you guys continue to provide for this show. I truly appreciate you all. Of course, to Mike and Allison with Rogue Media Network for everything that they do for The Public Affair. You guys are the best. I love you so much, and everybody that just subscribes and follows and continues to follow me on every single episode. You guys are the best. I love it. And I have a really, really great guest here. But before we continue, I definitely want to encourage you guys to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joel Olvera, who provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more, darling. Joe and his entire team of delicious men are building affordable dream homes for you. And they promise that when they build the shower, I can sit there and watch and possibly test it with them, but we're going to leave that for another day. Call the number on the screen, my boyfriend Joe Olvera with Four Brothers Construction. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the B&J Refinishing with my boy Frank Biza, who focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Now, he offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town, darling. He also has inflatables, mechanical bowls, margarita machines, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more, making your parties all super duper litty kitty. To my boy Frank Biza, thank you so much for everything that you've done for The Public Affair. He's truly the GOAT, an entrepreneur at its best. He is awesome. I love that guy. Thank you so much for sponsoring and being a longtime sponsor, bro. Of course, to David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office, darling. He'll help you buy a home or sell your property. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen, darling. For all your real estate needs, my boy David out there just killing the game and doing amazing at it. That's why he's the #1 sales agent at Alinea. I can't wait to go find my dream chateau with him, so that way Joe can build the shower with him. Anyway, okay, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pee-wee's Crab Cakes of Texas with my girl Nika Armstrong, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine, darling, with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. Now, my favorite is the Krabby Seafood Pasta, but their top recommended is the Southern Fried Catfish Special, served with seafood pasta, potato salad, and 6 fried shrimp. Now, the fish is topped with Houdat sauce. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, because you got to head over to 108 Gym Drive in Hewitt, or order online at orderpeeweescrabcakesonthego.com. To my girl Nika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, the Waco Fencing and stuff with my boy Juan Morales. Now, Juan builds privacy fences and chain link fences, you know, for all that extra at-home privacy, extra with 3 X's. He also builds wood decks, stone patios, and gorgeous flower beds, darling. Now, you can contact him on the number on the screen for your consultation. My boy Juan is out there just doing the thing. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. And of course, to one of my new sponsors, and he is here with us today, Mr. Enrique Jimenez with Jimenez Bakery, a local bakery specializing in a wide selection of fresh and affordable pan dulces, darling. Also, the best tres leches cake for yourself or for a party night. You know I love rolling around in the mocha tres leches. That's my shit right there. You can also get a cup of fresh elote if you have a different type of craving. Locations at 1915 Dutton in Waco and 302 West Elm Street in Hillsboro. To Jimenez Bakery, thank you for sponsoring The Public Affair. And he's coming up right after this. Let's get started, darling. Let's go. All right, guys, like I said, I've been really excited to be having this next guest onto the show. We've been trying to coordinate for quite a while. Things were just not working out in terms of time and coordination, but we finally made it happen. I say that he has the biggest advantage of being on this show than anybody that I've ever had in 2 years of The Public Affair, and he's about to find out why, because I'm gonna tell him. I am so excited. I just announced him as a new sponsor of the show, which I'm completely grateful for, and I've been a huge fan of this bakery for many, many years. Mr. Enrique Jimenez, where Jimenez Bakery is here on The Public Affair. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing perfect, Andrew. Good. I'm doing perfect, man. I'm really happy to be here with The Public Affair.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy that you finally decided to come. I thought I scared you off, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no, man. No, I was just kind of busy, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're both busy bodies. Mm-hmm. You know, Enrique definitely slid in the DMs talking about he wanted to be on the show, and we were just never able to coordinate time ever.
Yeah.
You actually had your podcast debut with the man with no plan, Mr. Dominic Villa, who was on this show as well.
Yeah,
which
man.
I love him. Can we just give him a shout out?
Yeah, man, shout out to Dominic, man. Yes. I'm very, very grateful that he gave me that opportunity.
You know what? I've always said that because everybody thinks there's this certain person that should be representing South Waco.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say their name because I don't think they're a good representation of y'all city, but Dominic Villa is absolutely a good representation for South Waco.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely. Dominic, shout out to you. I'm so happy with everything that you're doing in your podcast and all that. So yeah, big shout out to him. God, you know what, man? And it was so cute. I just mentioned that a lot of people had not had the same advantage you have of being on the show. Me and Enrique have been talking about the last 2 weeks via text message, Snapchat, everything. And just, I didn't want to get too into the conversation because I wanted you to save it all for the show. And I know you have a really good story to tell. But we had dinner at Olive Garden was where we met.
Yeah, my second time going to Olive Garden.
Who the fuck has never been to Olive Garden, bro?
I know.
Ordered the fucking tour of Italy talking about how do you eat this with a fork. you eat it with a fork, bro. Start with the lasagna. That shit's bomb as fuck. God, and so like I said, it was hard not to spoil anything, if you will, because there was so much that you were telling me behind the scenes that I was really just jotting down mentally. You know what I mean? And I was like, when he comes on the show, we're going to lay it all out there. And he was super nervous about coming onto the podcast. He said, what can I say? And you say whatever the fuck you want. You say whatever. Yeah. So thank you. And thank you for sponsoring.
Thank you for having me here, man. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here, man.
Yes.
And I was pretty nervous at first, but now I'm kind of just easing
just on the
into
thing. Yeah. I got you. He bought me some choco flan. This is choco flan, right?
Freshly made, guys. By me.
By
today,
you.
Yeah.
You made it for me?
I made it from scratch.
A man that bakes. Look at that. Bitches, step it up. All right. Step it the fuck up. He bought me some. Can we open it? Let me see. Can we?
Yeah.
If I had a fork, I'd be taking a bite out of it.
I had a fork in the bag.
Okay, we can't get the bag right now, but bro, this shit looks like this is just one of the delicacies that they have at Jimenez Bakery.
Man, that's actually gonna be one of our top sellers. The choco flan and the flan. Anything that goes in the fridge, we sell a lot of. Our tres leches cakes, those are like the best sellers.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
I ordered a tres leches cake for my friend's party at Jimenez Bakery.
Yeah.
And the time before that, I ordered I thought it was a large. It comes in that little plastic case.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's enough. Bro, I told her I wanted the large. That bitch fucking made me like this goddamn Titanic tres leches cake, and I was like, that shit. First of all, it was red flags when it cost $55 because I was like, oh, it wasn't $55 last time, but they probably went up. Inflation. Yeah. Okay. And then I go pick it up, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It was huge. We couldn't even finish it. It was like 3/4 of the cake still. But definitely the best tres leches. Anyway, you know what, Enrique, can you introduce yourself to us for people who may not know who you are? I mean, you are from here and all that, but just kind of give us, for the listener who doesn't know who you are, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, man. Well, my name's Luis Enrique Jimenez. I grew up here in Waco. I'm not from the States. I was born in a small town called San Luis, and that's in Mexico.
San Luis Potosí?
San Luis Potosí.
I'm banned.
You're banned from there?
Yes. I definitely am. There's a whole fucking picture of me as soon as you enter the town that says, bro, I swear to God, like I slept with that one guy. It was that one guy. I'm sorry. Okay. He was, it was like 4 years ago. I think I can go back. Anyway, go ahead. You're from San Luis.
Yeah, man. So I'm from San Luis Potosí. I was brought to the U.S. At a very young age, man. And then, we just stayed here ever since, and coming from a family of bakers, that's what I started doing since I was little, man.
Oh, okay.
And that just became my passion. That became a part of the person I am now. Yeah. And I mean, here we are, man.
Did your family bake in Mexico too? I mean, was there a Jimenez Bakery in San Luis Potosí?
No, there wasn't a Jimenez Bakery. Man, I said this on a Dominic's show.
Okay.
The reason why my dad started working at a bakery was because they were very poor. They didn't have money to buy food at times.
For sure.
So one time, my dad was coming back from asking from house to house, I think, for food. And then he walked past the bakery.
Wow, really?
Yeah, man. He walked past the bakery and he said he liked the smell of the bread and stuff. And he was like, well, if I can work here, maybe I can bring some pan home. And that's how it all started, man.
Oh, so it started from him being like, I mean, not with no disrespect, like they were broke.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get a job, and all of a sudden you're making breads to feed everybody, right?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up on pan dulces. I'm actually Puerto Rican.
Oh,
yeah. We did not do pan dulces. You bought me a bag of pan dulces, which thank you.
Yeah.
My friends make fun of me because I love the muffins that you guys have.
Yeah.
That's my shit. I make it with the coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think that, okay, so that's cool. So he started off baking in Mexico.
Yeah, that's where he started, since he was like 13.
How old were you when you left Mexico?
When I left Mexico, I think I was 8 years old, 9. I really I really don't remember.
But you were still a kid, so you remember it. Yeah.
I remember some parts. It's like a dream, when you have a dream and you wake up and then it becomes like a distant memory.
Oh, wow, really?
It's almost like a dream now, yeah. I've heard you talk about construction workers and stuff like that.
Yes, construction workers that need papers are my type, Enrique. So if any of them have a part-time job at Jimenez Bakery, just tell them, hey, I just was on this podcast with this guy.
And he said he can fix your papers.
Yeah, my new thing is that, you know, when the man leaves his woman for me, I'm several fucking upgrades. Because, especially in 2022, because I can cook, I can clean, I make lunch here for my mans, you know?
Yeah,
he ain't going to fucking work hungry. I got this shit. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. You know, what I noticed about Jimenez Bakery was that everything is relatively, I mean, it's affordable. It's cheap. I mean, you sell the breads for 75 cents a piece. Or something like that. 50, 75 cents a piece.
Yeah, we started at 50 cents, actually.
Yeah. And for any of my friends that from New York, that are watching this episode, what they do is they grab a tray and they get the little gloves or whatever, and they just put as much fucking bread. But it's not like bread like Wonder Bread and shit. It's like, it's pan dulces. Like, you guys decorate it and make it all fucking cute and shit. Yeah. And they do. These people grab tons of trays of bread and they go buy it or whatever. You know? So how the hell is a company like that able to stand only selling things at 75 cents a piece? You know what I mean?
Well, man, we don't only sell that. We also have cakes that range from $25 to $2,500.
$2,500?
Yeah. We have pretty expensive cakes. We've actually made cakes for. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have been at a lot of parties here in Waco. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, me in Hillsboro, the most expensive cake I sold was, I think it was $500.
Oh, wow.
And it was for a quinceañera. Okay. So I mean, I'm pretty sure my uncle, he's an expert at that.
Okay.
And the people that are helping him, she's pretty good with cakes, man. So yeah, they sell their cakes for quite a lot, you know.
Yeah. So do you be back there making the cake sometimes too, though?
Yeah, I'm not that experienced with cakes. I can make a cake, but that's really not my thing, man. I like to focus on the sweets and stuff. Making a cake, I think that's a work for a girl or someone that has patience, you know. Because I don't have any fucking.
Fuck that, I know, bitch, but I don't got patience either. No, I feel you. Bro. Let me ask you, because we mentioned, you know, I've had a lot of undocumented guests, if you will, on this show.
Okay.
You know, people that came from Mexico and stuff like that. So was there a struggle for you and your family even to this day, you know, with you guys not having the citizenship and all that situated and all? I mean, you're able to run a successful business. So do you guys face a lot of backlash and hardships and stuff like that? So
most of my family, they're good here in the U.S. They're DACA recipients.
Oh, yeah.
So all my brothers are good. They're okay. Two of my younger brothers were actually born here. I'm the only one. I'm actually I got in trouble when I was really young, so I wasn't approved to get that stuff. You know?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. I got in trouble with the cops. I was 17 when I caught my first felony.
Yeah, I had a similar guest with the same situation. He can't get papers now because he was in trouble a long time ago.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure down the road, if you know, I hire a good lawyer and
well, if you need a sponsor, I got you. Okay. I've definitely sponsored somebody to get their papers. We didn't do anything, but you know, but yeah, I sponsored him. He got in trouble, but you know, and then I had to go to court. I was really pissed, Enrique, because I had to go to court in fucking Dallas. So I picked out the best fucking outfit. Okay. Then I go over there and they didn't let me like say anything. I was like, what was the purpose of this? And then they said, you're good. You can get out of immigration prison. Yeah, I mean, no, okay, but you went to school here. I mean, so what part of the town are you from and all that?
It's from South Waco.
South Waco?
Yeah. So actually, where we're at right now on Webster and 13th, I think it is.
Okay.
This is where I grew up, man. I grew up right here on 10th Street. By Kate Ross. The house I used to live in, of course, it's not there anymore because they built a hotel where I used to live. Right. But yeah, man, I grew up here. This is where I grew up until I was, I think, almost in my 20s, man.
Oh, wow, really? Yeah. Okay. So when you were in your 20s, how did that work out? Oh, you moved. Obviously.
We moved to a different part of town. It's not the richest part of town, but it's not Kate Ross either.
No, it's okay. Did you find a lot of hardships moving from Mexico to here? I mean, you probably didn't speak a lot of English, and I bet you faced a lot of bullying and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I actually, I did go through a lot, man. Me and my younger brother Lalo, we went through a lot of that stuff because I mean, coming from a different country, you know, you're not accustomed to the things they're accustomed to here, and you're not. You know, the main thing was the language barrier. You know,
yeah, for sure.
I had a couple of girls call me a wetback, a couple of guys call me a wetback. So that was kind of hurtful, man. And but now you know, I really don't care for it. You know, it's.
Now it doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me at all anymore because I mean, I don't like putting anyone down, but I'm in a better position than most of the guys that used to tell me that stuff.
Darling,
you know,
yeah, you know, it's like when dudes call me a fag, like when they try to be like offensive, but they really don't know that low key turns me on.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like they really don't know that I really want them to be calling me a fag in a different setting because that's just a fucking turn on. But I love that we're able to take these things that are supposed to be offensive to us and utilize them as something positive. Well, not positive, but you know, we're able to overcome these things. And obviously your family's very successful, Jimenez Bakery and stuff. You know, and I really wanted to, like I said, Enrique and I have been speaking quite often since we coordinated this a couple weeks ago. And I got to learn a lot about you behind the scenes and such. And I told you, you know, when you come on the show, I just want you to be open and honest, you know, whatever. You dealt with a lot of substance abuse in the past. Okay. And I really wanted to talk to you about that. Are we able to?
Yeah, man. Sure, man. Yeah. I want to share my story. Yeah,
okay,
that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
So, wow. So, okay, this is gonna be great. Okay, so, struggles with substance abuse. What were you using?
Well, everything. It all started off with weed.
Okay, it was weed.
Weed was the first thing that I did.
Right.
And then I started hanging around. It was like I don't know, man, like a video game where you go through levels, you know?
Yeah.
So
weed's always level 1.
Yeah,
like if you can make it past weed, you can.
And then I went from weed to beer and cigarettes. And then from cigarettes to pills, and then from pills to more hardcore stuff, man. I think one of the worst things that I've done has been cocaine use.
Okay. For sure. Yeah, you know what? I definitely want to get more into the cocaine use. And I just, for all intents and purposes, I think beer and cigarettes is level 1, then weed, and then other hardcore drugs, which is nothing to joke about. But, you know, I think it's interesting that you went through a lot of issues with substance abuse and addiction and all that, and still maintain to, you know, run this very successful business here in town. But we're gonna take a quick break, you guys. And when we get back, we're gonna learn more about Enrique Jimenez, his journey with substance abuse, and how he was able to overcome it and the successes that he's achieved now. So make sure you guys stay tuned here on The Public Affair. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this really exciting episode of The Public Affair with Mr. Enrique Jimenez. Before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by JR Renovations with my girl Juliana Resendez. She's a general contractor specializing in commercial businesses and residential homes. She's a true queen, leveling the playing field in a male-dominated industry, darling. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at JR Renovations and call the number on the screen for your consultation. My girl Juliana is out there killing it. Thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair, girl. Truly appreciate you. Ooh, of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away, darling. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. You know, my car broke down. They came and picked it up. He said he was going to be there in 20 minutes. He was there in 10 minutes. It was fucking lit. I didn't even have to do nothing. He just had it on the fucking thingy already, and it was moved there, and that was great. And then all the hot mechanics changed it. But now with the number on the screen, the Banda's Hauling Service, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh my God. To Taquiza Palacios, where Onisimo and Lupe Palacios, they provide delicious and affordable tacos for any event. Meat choices include carne asada, pollo, chorizo, pastor, y barbacoa. Don't forget the aguas frescas. They got limonada, horchata, piña, melon, jamaica, y tamarindo también. They also provide all the plasticware. Book now with the number on the screen. To Lupe and Onisimo Palacios, thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Actually, shout out to Onisimo's mom. She made fucking tamales the other day. I said I was gonna have 2 or 3. I ate goddamn both dozens. They were so good. Shout out to you guys, of course, to Embrace Fitness with Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzer. They teach group fitness classes that are fun and dynamic, darling. They also specialize in total body workout by Xcolat and by Jackie and Zumba Step. Classes are Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. You can also contact them to rent the building for parties and small events. To Lisette Luna and Amanda Switzer, they got you over there looking snatched for the summer, darling. Thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, the Alley's Drive-In with Alexis and Diana Rivas. Their convenience store located where the old Kobe's is in South Waco, 2105 Dutton Avenue to be exact. You can stop by for delicious snacks or a cold drink. If you need beer for a party or for yourself, they got you with a huge freezer stocked with a wide selection of ice cold beer. Order from the kitchen too with a delicious selection of food to satisfy your appetite, darling, or to go with that delicious cold beer. Stop by this monumental and convenient spot in South Waco today. To Alexis and Diana, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez, located on Hewitt Drive, making me look all super snackish for more than 110 episodes of The Public Affair. How about that? Call the number on the screen to book or download the cut. Cut app, and walk-ins are welcome as well. They got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Flesher, and Isai over there making you look as much of a snack as I am. Thank you guys to Elite Barbershop for being a longtime sponsor of the Public Affair. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into it with Mr. Enrique Jimenez with Jimenez Bakery here on the Public Affair. Let's go. Hey, guys, welcome back to this episode of the Public Affair with Mr. Enrique Jimenez. Before we took the break, we were just getting to know a little bit about Enrique, where he was from, and we were just diving into the pretty tumultuous past that he dealt with addiction and drugs. Now, you mentioned that the worst that it ever got was cocaine for you.
It got
a
little
little worse than that.
It got a little bit worse than that, man.
Oh,
but
okay.
that's still a touchy subject, and it's something that I haven't fully healed from.
Okay, gotcha.
I think my mind, and I still think about the people that I've heard, the things that I went through when I was doing that stuff. So it is kind of a touchy subject. Kind of,
like as far as past the cocaine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. What was your introduction to drugs? That hard?
So I actually used to work at Outback.
Okay.
And then one of my coworkers had a party at his apartment. Everybody went. Everyone from work was there, and I remember that was my first time I ever saw cocaine.
Wow.
It was an older man. I was probably like 19, 18.
Okay.
And the man, he was like 45, I think. And I was with my buddy and some girls, and that's where everything started, man.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, everybody was drunk, and me and my buddy, we were seeing people do it, so we were like,
Oh, let's just try it.
Yeah.
Well, 18, 19 years old, you're a very experimental age. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, when did you know that you became addicted to that drug? Because I mean, you're 18, 19 is probably something that you tried, right?
Yeah. And I thought it was just a fun thing to do.
To do with the parties because everybody's doing it.
Everyone's doing it. Everyone that I'm hanging out with is doing it. So I thought it was. I was fitting in,
Yeah, for sure.
more than anything. I felt like I fit in with the crowd of people that I wanted to be around,
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. And so when did you know that you became addicted to that drug?
It was probably, I can't remember when I realized I was addicted to it, man. But I know it became a problem when I started to miss work. When I started to change towards the people that loved me, you know?
Yeah.
When I saw people that really loved me turn their backs on me.
Okay.
And when I started pushing people away, that's when I was shit, I think I do have a problem, I didn't want to admit it. I was blind to it, but that's when I was really like, fuck.
When you say that you were hurting people, because I had a really good friend who was addicted to cocaine.
Okay.
And I remember he would say like some of the most heinous shit to me for no reason. Do you know what I mean? So what were some of the things that you were doing? Because you used the term people turned their back on you.
Yeah, well,
was I think that or they were really just like, hey, we gotta love you from a distance type thing.
Yeah, man. I think I used the wrong term. I think I worded wrong. But if I had a friend that was like me, I probably wouldn't want to stick around and see where the fuck he's going with his life. Even though I love you or whatever, but I'm gonna love you from a distance.
Yes, for sure.
And that's basically what I think happened. I don't think anyone stopped caring about me, but they kind of just they didn't want to be put through the stuff I was putting them through, and seeing your friend or your loved one slowly kill themselves. I don't think anyone would want to be a part of that,
that, No, it's definitely a really hard thing to go through. Yeah. Like I said, I was definitely involved. Well, I had a really good friend that was addicted to it. And it definitely ended up affecting our friendship as well. Just because, you mentioned earlier that you were hurting the people that you love. What were some of the things that you were doing or the drug was making you do to have these people be like, I'm not really fucking with him like that no more?
Yeah, man. So, I was disrespecting them, like my parents just by not knowing where I was, because I would go missing for weeks, months at a time.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I would just block myself off. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I wouldn't let anyone know where I was at. And that's kind of like, yeah, man, that's.
Was that part of being ashamed of yourself, or like why would you like exclude yourself from life? You know what I mean? Like,
well, part of it was because I didn't want people to see me that way.
Got you. Okay.
And instead of doing a good thing, I think I was doing something pretty messed up. Because my dad, I know he loves me. My mom, I know she loves me. My brothers do too.
Yeah.
And for them not to know where I was, it was.
Wow.
I think that's.
That's definitely one of the most hurtful things for sure. I mean, because I would be worried about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, are you answering your phone? I mean, was it that bad? I mean, did we have cell phones at the time where the people were able to reach out to you? Or?
Yeah, I think cell phones came out when I was like 20, bro.
Okay. Well, listen, don't do me, Enrique. Okay? I'll get up and kick your ass. You know what? How bad did it get for you though? I mean, did you ever OD or anything or?
Fuck yeah, bro. It got super bad. I think I was at the hospital for about 15 days in total.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
From the drug or
from alcohol and coke, yeah.
And cocaine, okay.
Yeah, man. They actually just called me that I owed the people for $65,000.
Oh wow.
From the hospital.
The fucking hospital? Yeah. You still owe them $65,000?
Well, this was not that long ago, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we don't really pay hospital bills, so like I don't. Like, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah,
I
man,
mean,
but that's how bad it got, man. And you know,
wow. How long ago was it? Can I ask?
This was about 8 months ago, I want to say.
Oh,
so
wow.
This was kind of recent. Man.
Oh, that was really recent. Yeah. Okay.
I was in the hospital, and you know, this is when I realized too that I had become a piece of shit. You know, because when I was at the hospital, I received one phone call. I received two phone calls. One from my brother Eric, and then one from my brother Jose Barunda. Shout out to both of them, man, because they both called me, and I remember Jose. You know when you give somebody that tough love.
Yes.
And he was like, "Levantate, güey," like encouraging me to get up out of that bed. You know,
for sure.
But I mean, I understand they have their lives, so they couldn't really come and visit. But other than that, man, I felt super alone, and that's when I knew like. You've become a monster. No one wants to see you, not even here. You're on a seizure watch, and nobody wants to even come close to you, even then, you know?
So how did you get to the hospital? Like, I mean, did you just wake up in a hospital bed? Like, were you using one night, and then all of a sudden you were there? Or?
So I actually tried to stop, man. I tried to stop using.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I became very shaky.
Right.
And
like a withdrawal.
I started to have withdrawals, but I was tired of that. I didn't want to do it anymore. So yeah, I got myself up, and I called a friend, and they took me to the hospital.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I will say, you know, a similar situation that I told you. I remember he called me one day, and this is why I was so sensitive to it, because it was like the scariest thing ever to be on the other side of it, where you're like your best friend calls you and says, I'm about to fucking die. Like my heart's about to pump out of my chest. I am having like shakes, you know, and you have to take me to the hospital because I'm about to die. Like that was like the scariest thing ever. Was it a similar situation with you?
Yeah, man, that's exactly how it feels, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad situation, and I just told myself, you know, I have to stop. You know, I have a son now, and he looks up to me. You know,
and your son is fairly young, right? Like he's almost what, like 1 or something, or 2?
He's 2 years old. He'll be 3 in November the 1st.
Oh wow! He's got a birthday around the corner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. And for his first birthday, I was almost not there because of the drinking and the using, you know.
Okay.
So it got pretty bad, man.
Right, for sure. Yeah. So you're in the hospital. Nobody's really hitting you up. Now, do you blame the people? Like, I mean, surely you're not mad at them, because you're like, I mean, you're in the hospital. Only 2 people are hitting you up, and you're like, wow, I really did fuck over a lot of people over this drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it mostly was the alcohol, man.
Okay.
It's easier to get, you know. You can just stop at any store.
Oh yeah, for sure. I took a couple shots. Took a couple shots before this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now I feel bad as fuck. But anyway, you know.
No, that's fine, man. Everyone does what they want, you know. But it was a pretty bad situation.
Okay.
Overall,
Did you ever hit rock bottom with it? I mean, what was the worst that it ever got? Was it the hospital situation?
That's the worst it got, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, almost not being able to see my son anymore, you know, because it got pretty bad, man.
So were they keeping you? I mean, surely they're keeping you from the son because of the substance abuse and everything. So
no one was keeping me from him, but it was like, you know, I wasn't able to see him at times, you know.
Just off of personal choice, because you were high, or
at times, it would be because of personal choice.
You know what I admire about what you're saying about right now is because you went through an addiction, and you were able to acknowledge, okay, I don't want anybody to see me like this. I don't want my son to see me like this. I know that I'm high. I know that I'm fucking up right now. I need, you know, I think it's a little sad to hear that you chose the route of excluding yourself. I mean, is it all worth it?
No, of course it's not.
No,
bro. It's hell. Like it's hell. You know. I'm still coping with it. I'm still paying the consequences for past actions that I've had. You know, and I'm you know, one thing that I wanted to tell you is that I'm not on your show to pretend that I'm this this perfect business owner or an angel. You know,
Yes.
A lot of people don't know any of this stuff. This is going to be new to a whole bunch of people. You know,
Okay.
People would see me at the bakery and would see, oh, well, he has a business. He's living the perfect life.
Good, yeah.
He has a wife. He has a son.
Mm-hmm.
He must be, you know, living this picture perfect life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't the case, man. Actually.
Right.
Once I opened up that business, stress started coming on to me. My son was barely born,
Right.
And this was when it got pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
So that started. The stress was probably a trigger for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The stress would be a trigger for me.
Okay.
And you know, my son was a newborn, and sometimes I would just feel bad. I would be like, man, I can barely feed myself. What am I gonna do with a son now? You know,
yeah.
like what am I gonna do for him? And that was kind of a trigger too for me to feel doubtful and to feel that I wasn't gonna be enough for him. You know?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What were some other triggers that you had to go through, Enrique? Like, what would make you start using? Because I remember with the person that I knew, his trigger was always drinking. So he never just used cocaine recreationally. He would get really drunk and then go use.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
That's the number one trigger
Right.
for it. That in my personal experience, that was it too. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Wow. Was when you hit rock bottom and you know you're in the hospital and everything, did you ever feel like, okay, this is over for me? Like, did you ever get suicidal? Like, I mean, surely the depression started kicking in and stuff like that.
I didn't get suicidal.
Okay.
But I did. Sometimes I would drink so much to where I would feel that I wasn't gonna like wake up or stuff. Like
Wow,
that.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. You know, you mentioned because it's fairly new. It's only been 8 months since, you know. Do you still struggle with wanting to use?
Of course, man. I still struggle with it, man.
Okay. That just touched me. Shit.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for admitting that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
it takes a lot.
man. Like I
Okay.
told you, I'm not here to, you know, my goal with me being on your show and
Yes.
being on camera,
Okay.
is that I can touch someone behind those two cameras.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And that I can.
Well, that's your camera right there.
I can. Okay, that one. Okay. So I can be an inspiration to someone. You know, someone that might be going through that stuff right now as
Right.
the show is recording, and they can be like, man, you know, he went through that. Maybe I can get out of it too. You know.
So, okay, here's a good question.
Okay.
You deal with the struggle still. Okay, so there's obviously times where you probably want to use, and you know what like I said,
Yeah.
I took a couple shots before the show, so now I feel horrible. But you know, whatever. But do you feel like how am I going to put this? Do you feel like the struggle of wanting to use has gotten easier now than it was 8 months ago?
Definitely, man.
Okay, like you're able to control yourself, because surely you probably still like to go have a drink. I mean, you know, stuff like that,
Actually,
you know what I mean?
I just had a couple of drinks, not a couple of days ago. You know,
I mean,
it didn't get as bad as it used to. You know, but I had a couple of drinks the other day, so that was like kind of like a small relapse that I had. But yeah, I still struggle with it, man, and I think I'm gonna struggle with it for quite some years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they call it addiction, right? I mean, because we could take a shot at the Buchanans, but you're not wanting to use now on the show, are you? Like,
No, I'm okay.
Don't get me arrested, right? You know, okay, good. You know, because we talked actually just on my last episode and when I had Dominic Villa on the show. We grew up in Hispanic communities, okay?
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to talk about like depression,
Mental problems.
mental problems and stuff like that. You were probably obviously going through some shit. The drugs took you to a different place that nobody probably ever thought you were going to go.
Yeah.
Who was there for you to, I guess, talk about it? You know what I mean?
Some people were there for me, you know, but it did get to a point where I found myself alone, man.
Did you ever talk to your family about it?
I kind of did, man. Look, me and my I love my brothers. I love my mom. I love my dad. But we don't have a very like, you know, like a very close relationship to where I could go up to my brother and be like I'm going through this stuff, you know. But he'd probably be like, "Bitch, shut up."
Yes, yeah, for sure. No, that happens.
Amarrate los huevos and you know, and that's just the way we are, man. That's just the way we are, you know. Like we all deal with our problems a different way, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Do you know, with you still struggling with the addiction and wanting to use and all that, do you ever think about seeking help now? Because I mean, it's okay to now to acknowledge, we're fairly the same age. What are you, 37? something?
Yeah. I'll turn 31 in February.
Okay, I just turned 31, so we're the same age. so I think now we're in a time in our lives where it's okay to actually reach out and stuff like that and ask for help. Do you ever feel like you would want to do that, like maybe seek therapy or something?
Yeah. So actually, I've gone to AA to the Triangle, I think it's called.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've gone like twice since.
How is that like? Is it weird for you at first? Or?
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, you feel kind of ashamed of
yourself.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, am I gonna see someone here that I know and they're gonna be like, damn, well, I thought you were doing this and you were doing that, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I guess if you're still struggling, and I could be completely ignorant here, so please forgive me.
Yeah.
There's not been a recovery process then in terms of you getting better as far as like the addiction and all that? Not yet, at least, or
what do you mean by?
I don't know. Like I don't know what people do when they're addicted. I mean, rehab. If you
rehab,
will.
No. I think that's good. That was like the last resort, you know.
Okay.
I did think about it a lot of times,
right.
but my fear was being away from my son for that long, you know?
Okay.
I don't know why, because I would do it for so long at sometimes.
Right, for sure.
You know, and I wasn't thinking about it when I was under the influence, you know, but once I'm sober, it's like, God, like I don't want to do that to my son.
Just like a realization
all
of a sudden, for sure. Wow. Okay. that was pretty deep. What more can you leave us with? I mean, first of all, I just have to thank you so much for even admitting that you still struggle with the addiction, because that's a lot of people would fake. Listen, they get on the camera, they fake it, and they're like, oh no, I'm good now.
No,
you know
man,
what I mean?
This is 100% me. And I mean, like I told you before we came on your show, you know, I didn't want to really talk to you a lot about the stuff that I wanted to share, but I mean, this is me and this is who I am, and I'm content with myself right now, because this has made me the person that I am, you know.
Right.
I mean, having a business, it is pretty hard, and it could be it could be a toll on you, and I saw that with my own eyes, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I just want to say, I'll leave it with this then, because I know it's really touchy for you. But as somebody who is still struggling with addiction, you know, it was always really hard for me to be involved with somebody again. That was like, because I mean, this just happened 3 years ago. And it's so crazy that these episodes are all coinciding around the time that this event took place. Go watch episode 6. But because I don't want to harp on it right now. But I just have to say, as your friend and somebody that I've built a relationship with in the last few weeks, and, you know, have really got to know, and I just really applaud you and admire you for really being honest about everything that you've been going through, and, you know, not faking and be like, oh no, I'm good now. No, you're still struggling with this shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, this is still a problem for you.
It's you know, like if a friend calls and he's like, let's have a couple of drinks, I know those drinks are probably gonna turn into more drinks, but you know, I'm learning to cope with it, and I felt like the Hillsboro location was taking a toll on me, right?
Okay.
So what I decided to do, I got offered a job to manage the bakery at La Michoacana.
La Michoacana.
So I was like, okay, I'm kind of put myself in like this personal rehab process.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I was like, I'm gonna step down for the bakery. We'll rent it out. We'll rent the equipment. We'll rent the name of it, and then I'll work here. And, you know, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
And up until now, man, it's been going very good, man.
Good. So the Jimenez Bakery in Hillsboro is not yours anymore? Or?
No. Yes, it's mine. We signed
yours. Okay.
We signed a contract with the man now for a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's running your business.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's boss shit right there. Okay. You know, okay, wait. Yeah. I'll leave the drugs conversation with this. If you ever need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, man.
I definitely love time you drinking.
Yeah.
Only on the show. You know what I mean? I've never used illicit drugs or even smoked a cigarette because I don't want my teeth all fucked up.
Okay.
But if you ever need a friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
I really like you. I really do. And no stupid shit. I'm really being for real. Okay? Anyway, let's talk about the success of the business. You know, you were mentioning earlier, and one thing that I really that struck a chord with me when we were having outside conversations outside of the show was that the business for you, Jimenez, got so big in the family that the family dynamic kind of faded away. And you just mentioned something about how you and your family are not, I mean, you guys all love each other, obviously, but you guys are not like tight knit anymore because everybody's so probably busy with the business. How do you internalize? Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, it kind of sucks, you know, but I mean, it's just part of it, you know. It's part of the process. It's part of you know, money does different things to people.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, in my case, in my family, you know, like everyone's just focused on their own thing, you know.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
We're all, I mean, we love each other. If anything was to happen to me, if anything was to happen to one of my brothers, we'll all be there for for each other. But yeah, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you change the narrative when it comes to you and like your son and all that? Like, I mean, you don't want to be too busy where you don't spend time with him, right? Or you treat him the same way. So how, like, if you grew up in an environment where it's like, oh my goodness, everything is so business first, family a second. So now we're not eating dinner with each other at the table and all that. What do you do to change that with your son? So
one of the things that I did was to accept this managing position at La Michoacana. Because I mean, I get out whenever I want, you know, and over there, I get to go in or I get to leave whenever I want. Yeah, as long as I have, you know, things in order there.
For sure.
Yeah, and in Hillsboro, man, you know, if someone called in, I had to stay. You know, if my afternoon people, if they called in, I would
want to work.
Yeah. And that was a very frequent thing, man. Like that's something I struggled with a lot. I don't know why it was, but yeah, man. Sometimes I would have to be there from opening until close, man.
Wow. Oh, yeah. That's running a business. Yeah. Can I just say, though, just on a little funny side note, fuck you for sending me the picture of those tacos that you ate earlier from Michoacana, because you know they got them carnitas that I love Michoacana. So I was trying not to eat a lot, Enrique, because I didn't want to be bloated before the show, you ass. While you want to tease people and shit. Okay. So you took a step back from actually running the Hillsboro. Why did you think that was rude? Do you think that was a good location to open up at? I mean, has it been going? I mean, I don't see Hillsboro as like, you know what I mean?
So this was my plan at first, man. My plan was to open up a bakery in a small town.
Oh, Hillsboro.
In a small town. But I mean, the population, I think it's like 8,000, 8,500. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's somewhere there.
I mean, we don't know the census and shit, all right? But
but I mean, I was like, man, you know, I can go try this out and start off small, you know? Get my feet in the water, you know, and see and kind of like get the feel of what it is to run a business, and then maybe down the road I can take it somewhere else, man. Not just there, you know.
Well, but now it's doing really well, though, nonetheless.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You brought me the pan dulces. I wish we can show them, but I'm definitely gonna roll around in this choco flan afterwards. Okay, I really am. You know, so do you think that now, since you're running the bakery at Michoacan, it's the Michoacan, for anybody who wants to go see Enrique and take a picture with him and thank him for his story, it's the Michoacan over there on 20-something street, right?
It's on Waco Drive.
It's on Waco Drive. It's like 20. Ranchito, and then there's Silly Buns' house. I call him, his name is Maro, but I call him Silly Buns. Okay. And then there's Michoacana. It's like right there. You could throw a rock at it. Yeah. Okay. So do you find it easier running that portion of the bakery and then letting somebody else run the business in Hillsboro?
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, man, I really feel like that was the best decision.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was really playing with my health and my life, man.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I feel like that was the best decision I could have made. It was either that or close the bakery down, because I honestly did not want to be there anymore, man. Wow. I was kidding myself there. So the bakery is right next to a liquor store.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. So it wasn't that hard for me to walk
to get a bottle of Buchanan's and go bake some fucking pan.
That's what I would do at times. You know, like I would get a bottle. It got to, man.
Were you drinking at work?
Man, it got to a point where I would wake up every hour while I slept to take a shot, and then that's the only way I could sleep, man.
Oh wow,
it got that bad.
But with the liquor store next to Jimenez,
man,
there were times. That's okay to admit it. Yeah. I just had a guy come on here and tell us that he was such an alcoholic that he was teaching while he was drinking.
Ooh, shit!
And it took a lot for him to admit that. It did, and I applaud him. Shout out to Matthew. He did. He said his alcoholism got so bad that he was going to work as a teacher, as a coach, and was drinking. Wow, yeah.
I was doing that in Mexico, though.
Okay.
I was teaching English in Mexico. And
were you really?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't drinking while I was teaching, but I would show up hungover as fuck.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. This disease, because like it just treats everybody so differently. It's so disgusting. You know what I mean?
And there's a lot of people that don't really that don't really take that into consideration. But this thing is a sickness, man. It's it's a disease, basically.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah, as a business owner or somebody that runs with, and you were just mentioning, you want to come on here, you're not faking anything, which I think you're being 100% genuine and honest, which I appreciate, because that's what we do on the public affair.
Yeah,
okay, it's all realness here, darling. How do you deal with the negative comments about yourself, considering the past that you went through? I mean, it was just 8 months ago where you were dealing with a pretty serious addiction.
Yeah, man.
So everybody probably got an opinion. You're going to get a lot of hate comments for being on this show. That's okay. We ignore those. Everybody does. I've had girls on this show tell us that their man beat them, and then people go in the comments and call them fucking sluts. It's disgusting. I'll disable comments for you. Don't worry, you're good. No, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody always got an opinion.
Yeah, man.
And
well, I've gotten to a point in my life, bro, where it's like, this is just who the fuck I am, and if you want to be around me for it, then that's good. That's cool, man. I'm trying to work on myself. I'm trying to become a better person. If you want to be here for it, then you're welcome to be here. But if you don't, then I honestly don't care.
There you go.
I'm at a point where I need to be happy with myself and with the person that I am, man. And I need to accept my past. I need to accept my flaws, and I need to accept who I'm becoming and who I used to be.
I can feel that took a lot out of you.
Yeah, man.
And I appreciate you. I love you for that.
Man,
thank you. I can feel that bursted out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, man, because it is pretty bad when I receive bad comments from people that I love,
It be haters, Enrique. That's all it is. Everybody's always going to have an opinion. Everybody has a preconceived idea about you. About me, too. Listen, I've done some pretty deplorable shit in my life as well. Everybody always got fucking something to say. Shut the fuck up. Okay? So I get it. Don't worry. I won't let anybody talk bad about you, okay? Because I think you're being
if it was someone that I didn't know or that I didn't care for, I would be like, man, you know what, fuck it. But sometimes these comments come from people that I look up to, people that I kind of like crave their respect and crave like their approval of me, Okay.
And they're disrespecting you. So how do you internalize that and move on?
Man, well, I can't blame them, bro, because of the piece of shit I used to be,
Can we just hear the level of accountability and atonement that's coming out of this man's mouth? Honestly, listen, there is a lot of addicts out there. I think one of the first steps, right? Like in the program is accepting it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to.
There's a lot of people that sit there and tell straight to the face that they don't have a fucking problem.
And that's the way I used to be, man. I used to be like, man, I don't have a problem. I can stop whenever I want. I can go out. I can have 4 drinks. Yeah, and I always proved myself wrong, bro. I always did. Every single time I did. Yeah.
Good. I'm so proud of you. You know, I'm proud of you.
Man, thank you, bro.
No, I really am, and I want you to know that I would never let anybody pass judgment on you outside. Like I said, there's a lot of people have been on this show but got an opinion. You know what I mean? I really applaud your honesty. I think it takes a lot out for you, even as a business owner now, and somebody that's running a prominent business in your family, is for you to say that this is something that I'm still struggling with, and this is something that people are still judging me for. Is there a misconception about who you are now because of your past?
Sure, man. Yeah, I get that. I know a lot of people look at me different because of my past, and I know that it's just part of the struggle, man. It's part of the process, part of the healing.
Yes.
I know that I'm gonna have to go through I have to earn my trust and to earn my respect back from all these people,
Yes. Sorry, the mic. I was going to make an inappropriate joke, but I didn't. Okay. No, bro, I really do appreciate that. So with the struggle still going on and everything, how do you feel about yourself?
Well, at this point, man, I can say I feel pretty confident about myself. I feel like I can, I've conquered this drug that I used to be on. It's one of the worst things you can do, man.
I agree.
And I conquered that.
Yeah.
And after that became the alcohol.
Yeah.
But just like I conquered that past, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to get past this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the person that my loved ones and my friends want me to be, because I know they have hopes for me, and I know
for sure.
Even though if I push them away a little, I know they still have that hope that I'm gonna become, that I'm gonna put my potential to full use,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. And I have a lot of love for you. I really do. I'm very, very proud of you and the person that you are today. And I think it took a lot for you to come on the show and really admit that, especially owning a prominent business in town and stuff like that. You feeling okay? Yeah, I can tell it took a lot of it. The tension in the room, you guys have to be here to feel it. It was, God, Enrique, we are running out of time. Thank you so much for talking about your struggle with alcoholism, with drug abuse and all that. Jimenez Bakery is doing well.
It's doing pretty good. It's going good for my dad. It's going good for myself.
Can y'all please take credit cards though? Because I'm really trying to sell you guys out. Okay.
Well, it's I don't know.
Okay, we'll decide that later. Enrique, what is next for you?
Well, I'm hoping to build a relationship with my loved ones. I want to be. I know they still have hope in me, and I want to become that brother. I want to become that son. I want to become that cousin. I want to become the dad that I should be. Because I'm struggling with this or whatever, but I know that this is not the end of it, man.
Most definitely.
I have hopes for myself, and I don't want to stop here with this business, Down the road, maybe in the near future, we can do some other things,
That's what's up. Well, I'm definitely going to be now visiting. I got to go to the Michoacana now that I know that you're ready. So you're there all the time, probably.
I'm there from 5 in the morning, between 5 and 7 in the morning to around 4 p.m.
Oh, shit. Okay, definitely going to come visit you. Okay. God, Enrique, what else can you leave us with? I mean, so what is your message to anybody out there watching you right now dealing with an addiction currently?
Man, my message to anyone dealing with this struggle and this stuff, man, it would be to just, man, don't think any less of yourself. It does get hard. It is tough, and it does take a toll on you, but there is hope. If you really want to change, if you really want to pick yourself up, there's hope, man, and you have that in you,
Yeah, definitely. Jeez, Enrique, God, I hate that we're out of time. Is there anything else that you can leave us with? Did I miss anything? Or?
Man, no, man. I'm really grateful for you letting me be on the show,
Thank
man.
you.
I really feel relieved because,
that was tough, I'm sure.
I mean, before I came on the show, I was told that I was like, that I was gonna kind of like pretend to be someone that I wasn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bet you they're the first one to watch. What's up? Make sure you like and comment and share.
Yeah, man. But
so you're still dealing with this ridicule? Like people are still passing judgment.
I mean, it's just. I've made a lot of people hate me, man, because of that stuff. Because of that shit. Yeah, I understand that it's probably not them. I understand that's. It's just the way I treated this people, like it fucked them up, like it did me.
Yes.
But I mean,
but Jesus Christ, you guys, cut Enrique some fucking slack. At least he can admit that he still has a problem. You know what I mean? Like, good for you. I really am just very proud of you. I honestly am.
Thank you.
Not that I thought you were going to come on any other way, but you really, I feel like you kept it really genuine, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, this is the person I am, actually, my good friend Eric, he, I don't want to say too much about him, but he was there for me during some times, and he told me, he was like, man, bro, shout out Eric Olguin, man.
I don't want to say too much about him, man.
Yeah, but he really encouraged me, man, and he was like, man, bro, go put our story out there, man, because go put that story out there, and because maybe you'll touch somebody's heart. If you could touch one person's heart, you did something, man. Go put it out there, and because he struggled with his own things, and so he just encouraged me, man, and he was like, people need to hear that message. People need to hear that there's hope,
I got you,
yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's good, bro, for real. Okay, so, with running the bakery and all that, do you get to have more personal time for yourself now? I mean, do you and the son get to hang out?
Man, for sure, man.
That's
for
good.
sure.
That's good, okay.
Whenever I get off of work at 2 p.m. and I'm not too tired, I ask, I stay with him until we go to sleep,
Oh, that's nice.
I'm able to play with him more. I'm able to, I'm just able to spend more time with him.
And you just posted on Snapchat that he went and visited you. That was cute.
Oh, yeah, my parents took me to go.
him?
My parents took him. Yeah, my mom and my dad went to go visit me, and my little niece, my little niece was with my mom, and my son was there too.
That's cool. That's what's up, bro. Well, I really appreciate you, Enrique. Gosh, thank you so much for coming on to the show, really sharing your story. If you guys want to go see him, he's at the Michoacano over there on Waco Drive. Make sure you guys go visit Jimenez Bakery over there on Dutton. There's also a location in Hillsboro as well.
Texas,
yes, which I think is perfect for when you guys are driving back all drunk from day drinking in Dallas. You can stop at the bakery, get you a bread. Hello, that's gonna be me. Mimosas up, and I'm gonna stop at the bakery, bitch. I interviewed that guy. Enrique, I appreciate you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you letting me be on the show and getting my story out there, man. And
this is just the beginning for you, and you know, I really I just really have the highest hopes for you. I really do.
Thanks so much, man.
I've grown to care about you as a person, you know, just by the exchange that we've had outside of camera and everything. And I think that you're pretty genuine and really cool. And I'm really grateful that we got to have this conversation. Man. So thank you. Honestly, I mean that.
Thank you for letting me be on your show,
Absolutely. To everybody who tuned into this episode, thank you guys again so much for all the love and support to Enrique Jimenez Bakery. Thank you so much for coming on, keeping it official, and being so real with us. I truly appreciate you. And again, high hopes for you, bro.
Thank you.
All right. And I'm definitely going to roll around in this choco flan. Okay? And, you know, if any of your bakery, I'm just saying, if any of your bakery, I'm not trying to be too gay. If any of your bakery workers, you know, need a little piece outside of this, just hit me DMs, all right, bro? I promise I'm not going to bakery acting all extra. I promise. Thank you guys again so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before we go, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode. This episode is brought to us by Soco Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located at 3304 Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also have elite skills training to make your kid a superb star athlete. Open plays is Monday and Wednesdays at ages 16 and older at 8:30 p.m. with Mara only $5 to play. Follow on Facebook at Soco Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soco Soccer 254. To my boy Dominic and my girl Ariana, thank you for being longtime sponsors of the episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Hustle Child Clothing with Blaine Hennig. He's a clothing brand whose mission is to change the negative connotation of the word hustler. He offers a wide selection of hoodies, hats, and more with various styles and colors, darling. Clothing is made for both adults and children. You gotta go check them out. Visit hustlechildclothing.com now and shop through Blaine's amazing selection. He also has a little section over there at Hype Waco. Super cute clothes to Blaine Hennig. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio. He put that extra dark tint in my car, which I love. It's beneficial sometimes. I'm home for all your LED needs and auto accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trades and your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. To my boy Jeffrey Monreal, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, Bill, and for being a longtime sponsor. Of course, the fat boy Michelada y Botana with my boy Junior Banda. Oh, you know him? Have you had it?
I've heard of them, but I'm
gonna get you one. They provide the best michelada and botana plates for yourself or for a party. He has a menu of 10 of different items, including botana bowls, chamois, pickles, and more, locally operated. So make sure you get the best, but not the rest, darling. Follow on Facebook and Instagram at Fatboy Michelada y Botana and place your order now. To my boy Junior Banda, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh, and of course the J Pedal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. They provide delicious Japanese savory crepes and poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert, darling. You choose from the menu or create your own, like I like to do, because I like to be in control, dog. Locations on University Park Drive and Hewitt Drive. Order online at jpedaltx.com. To J Pedal and Poke, thank you guys so much for being longtime sponsors of The Public Affair. So of course, to everybody that tuned into this episode, thank you guys again so much. To Enrique Jimenez, bro, seriously, I really appreciate it.
Man, thank you for letting me be here, man. It was an honor, man.
No, honestly, I have fucking chills still. Like, I'm having chills. Okay, it was an honor having you.
Okay, man.
I appreciate you, bro, for real. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.